What up, y'all? It's your boy Yankee Fans for Life, aka the Wrestling Kid, back with another vid. I need to apologize to you guys because I told you in the Q&A vid where I asked for your Q&A questions. I told you the very next vid would be the answers to your Q&A questions. And I messed around and uploaded the Alberto Del Rio Rey Mysterio video as my last video, which I actually meant to upload it to the IWWS channel as a joke. And force of habit, I happened to be on the Yankees Fan for Life channel, and I uploaded it there, and I'm sorry. I have to apologize to you again because this video is not the answer to your Q&A questions. I promise that will be the next video. You can look for it either today or no, look for it tomorrow. Definitely tomorrow. But today, I'm sorry, I have to rant. I'm really upset about a bunch of things, and I need to get them off my chest, and venting like this to you guys is pretty much the best way. I'm either going to get sympathy or I'm going to be told to shine up real nice, turn it sideways, and shove it up my ass. No homo. I don't want to do the second thing. So I need to rant because there are a few things that I'm upset about. I don't know how long this video is going to go. You know, I'll try to be as short as possible. That never works out whenever I say that, so bear with me. First thing I need to rant about is it's probably the most important thing. I turned on YouTube today. You know, and I see that some people are so pissed. So fucking pissed about R-Truth getting a title shot. A fucking title shot. The man's never had a fucking title shot. Now, I'm not on some crusade here about racism and black and white issues. You know, I've written blogs and blogs and blogs about equal rights, civil rights, and racism and things like that. You know, being a black and Puerto Rican. You know, I'm a mixed person. You know what I mean? And I've dealt with racism all my life. And you know, not like the people back in the 60s and the 50s had to deal with it. You know, and all the other decades before that. You know what I mean? But I've still had to deal with it. You know, and you know, but now that I've been around the world and back a few times, you know what I mean? I've got zillions and billions and quadrillions and zillions and chameleons of, that's not even a word, of friends of all colors, races, nationalities, creeds, and whatnot. You know, the first, and I hate people that do that. You know, I can't stand white guys or black guys that do that shit, or any other race, but you know, mostly white and black guys. You know that, and you know, just everything's got to be black this and black that and white this and white that. You know, we're all people. We all, you know, unity is the key word here. You know what I mean? We all should just be advocating just for humanity, not, you know, one color, race, or creed, or you know. That's why we have religious wars. You know, that's why this world is crumbling today, because I'm getting into a whole nother realm here. That's not what I came on here to rant about. What I'm ranting about is I turn on the fucking computer, I turn on YouTube and shit, and I see people like Johnny fuck ass Thunder, who I fucking never like. I can't fucking stand. Fuck Johnny Thunder's piss ass. But it's not about Johnny Thunder. But fuck him. It's about him and people like him that their reasoning for not liking a black wrestler mostly is because the wrestler's too black. You know, in a cultural sense. You know, like I see a light I see a lot of white YouTube shooters on here that for the life of me, I can't understand why they haven't explained it in a good enough way. Why they don't like Kofi Kingston. Why they don't like R-Truth. Why they don't like Mark Henry. You know, it's not because the WWF jobs them. Because the WWF jobs every fucking body. You know? So it can't be that. Why the fuck else don't you like this person? I see so many fucking people advocating, and I'm one of them, for John Morrison to get a fucking title shot already. What the fuck is WWE waiting for? The man's super fucking talented. He showcases his talent every fucking pay-per-view that he's in. Every time he's on television, he showcases what he can do. And he's one of the best athletes in pro wrestling today. You know, so is Dolph Ziggler. So is R-Truth. So is fucking Kofi Kingston. You know, Mark Henry's the strongest man in the fucking world. At least that's the way he's built. So how is he the strongest man in the fucking world? And he's never had a World Heavyweight Championship. Fuck the ECW Championship. He's never had at least a fucking SmackDown title. What the fuck? I'm not talking about US Championship. I'm not talking about Intercontinental bullshit. I'm talking about either a World Heavyweight Championship or the WWE Championship. So I guess I'm ranting about WWE and fuck the other federations. But Johnny Thunder doesn't like R-Truth because he says he goes blah 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 blah, and that's his gimmick, and who likes that? So you don't like that he raps, but you know John Cena's okay with his fake ass rapping. And for all of you that don't know, John Cena is the definition of a wigger. Okay? I know lots of white guys that rap or whatever. But I know lots of white guys that naturally grew up with black dudes. You know, they grew up with black dudes. And they consider themselves part of black culture. You know what I mean? Not necessarily, they don't consider themselves black, but they actually consider themselves more black than white. You know what I mean? Like when it comes as far as culture-wise, you know, they didn't grow up around a lot of white kids. You know, they didn't listen to rock music, heavy metal and stuff like that. You know, they grew up around black kids in urban areas listening to rap music. You know what I mean? And they talk just like that. They think just like that. You know, if a bunch of girls walk by, they're not looking at the white girls, they're looking at the black girls, they're looking at the big booty hoes. You know, they spit better game than me, you know, when it comes to approaching females. You know what I mean? And it's like they're, you know, it's not that they're into black culture, it's that they're part of black culture. They are black culture. You know, they just happen to be white. And so those are not wiggers, okay? So when you see a white guy acting black, or you know, I hate to use those terms, acting black, but in a sense, you know, acting black. You know, just to keep it simple, they're not necessarily a wigger. You know, that's dumb. That's dumb. They're natural, and they be like, yo, what up, my nigga, you know, shit like that, and it's natural. You don't even notice that a white dude just said nigga, because it's natural. It's not coming from any other place except from right here, you know. But then you got people like John Cena, who is a fucking wigger, which is a white guy who wants to be, you know, black, wants to be part of the black culture, wants to be down, but he's not naturally part of that. You know, he's really trying, and he's trying too hard. That's what a wigger is. That's what John Cena is. You know, but you know, and a lot of people love John Cena, which I'm not saying you're not supposed to love John Cena. You know, that's not such a bad thing. But what I'm saying is everybody loves John Cena's rapper gimmick. I wish he'd go back to the Thug Life rapper gimmick, but that's not real. That's not really him. But R-Truth is really a fucking urban street dude. Like, this motherfucker's so street and country that, you know, half the shit he says, I don't fucking understand what he's saying. You know, I'm from up north. I'm from New York. And he's from somewhere deep down south. You know, so a lot of times I don't understand what the fuck he's saying. You know, but he's really a fucking black rapper gimmick. That's his gimmick. That's his thing. That's a natural gimmick for him. That's real. And you guys don't like it. You can't stand it. You know, Johnny Thunder was talking about how is that over with the crowd? Fuck that. R-Truth's gimmick was over with the fucking crowd. When R-Truth first came to the WWE as R-Truth, not as K-Quick, and he had the What's Up song, motherfucker, it took maybe 1 or 2 times and that whole fucking crowd was down with that damn song. I liked the song. Everybody was down with the What's Up? What's Up? He was so over. He has been over for a couple of years now. And WWE has dropped the fucking ball with him. So how come when all of a sudden he just arises out of an occasion and gets the number one? You know he's not going to get the fucking title, so what are you pissed about? What are you pissed about? Okay? Everybody advocates for Morrison and Ziggler and all these fucking guys. You know, what about R-Truth? What about Kofi Kingston? I don't see anybody advocating for these guys who are just as talented as Morrison and Ziggler and bust their ass just as much. But they get pushes and then they get pushed down. And I don't see anybody bitching about that. But you're gonna stop watching wrestling if R-Truth gets a fucking championship? Why? But if Christian's broke the fuck ass gets a fucking championship, you'll fucking get on your fucking knees and kiss the ground that he fucking walks on. Why? I don't understand it. Christian, in my opinion, is so fucking overrated. Captain Charisma. Where the fuck has he been? He's been out on the injured list. He's not that fucking great. I see him in the ring with Alberto Del Rio. Great matches, yeah, but Christian is overrated. I've never been able to understand this whole fucking Christian Captain Charisma thing. Everybody loves fucking Christian. I liked him when him and Edge were a tag team. You know, they were awesome. They were funny. But once they separated these two guys, I've never been that much of an Edge fan. I've definitely never been that much of a fucking Christian fan. I don't understand it. But you hate Kofi Kingston and you hate R-Truth, and I don't see anybody advocating for the strongest man in the fucking world, Mark Henry, you know, billed as the strongest man in the fucking world. Why hasn't he had a fucking championship yet? You know, why are fucking little jobbers surpassing him and beating him? Like, the only black guy in recent years that I've heard people advocate for is Shelton Benjamin. And not a lot of strong protest there when he was released either. Just, you know, oh, how stupid is WWE? You know, but it hasn't been anything strong. You know, like when Daniel Bryan was let go. Oh, my God. Oh, my fucking goodness. There was so much protest. There were people outside with picket signs for fucking Daniel Bryan. But Shelton Benjamin gets released. Nah. Seriously, I mean, wow, dude. NXT. Naomi was clearly the most talented of all the females in NXT. But everybody kept, and let me tell you, the largest demographic in wrestling when it comes to race-wise is white. Okay? That's what it is. But you gotta be fair. You gotta call things down the fucking middle. If one person is more talented than another person, you gotta call that shit. You can't sit there and there's two talented people. There's AJ and there's Naomi, two females on NXT. Naomi was clearly the more talented one. First of all, in stature, she was taller, bigger. Her booty was fucking enormous. She was gorgeous. But anytime I heard white guys talking, it's always about AJ. Oh, but AJ's the best fucking athlete on there. No, she was not. It was Naomi. And then guess who wins? Caitlyn. And I'm not saying Caitlyn won because she's white. Caitlyn won because she had the finest fucking body on that show. Caitlyn was fine. Plus, Caitlyn had more character than anyone. Caitlyn was over with the crowd. She was in a situation with Vicky Guerrero, and if that stupid giant bitch hadn't fucking did or said whatever she said to get booted off, you know, that was an opportunity for that stupid big ass giant hoe. But Caitlyn was lucky enough to get up in there, and she won because NXT is nothing but a popularity contest. But Naomi should have fucking won. She was the most talented, okay? And it seems like if you're super talented and you're black, who gives a fuck? You know, if you're super talented and you're white, people will argue for you. They'll advocate for you. Why isn't this person getting a push? You know, why this, why that? So, you know, like people went crazy for Daniel Bryan when he got fucking fired. I don't know, man. I see a lot of racism here in the YWC. I see a lot of racism in wrestling, a lot of racism in the WWE, Vince McMahon. I see a lot of it every fucking where. And I'm not saying it needs to stop. I wish it would stop. But this has been going on for years now. You know what I mean? This has been going on before fucking the WWE. You know what I'm saying? This is just a thing. It's just a fucking thing. I just really wish that you guys would fucking look at yourselves and ask yourselves, why don't I like Kofi Kingston? Why? He's super fucking talented. Alright? He had a near push until Randy Orton fucking deep pushed him. What the fuck was that shit all about? I mean, oh my gosh, dude. It's sickening. It's sickening to see that motherfuckers just on some bullshit. You're on some racist fucking shit. Seriously. And I'm not saying because you don't like a black wrestler that you're racist. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, what are your reasons for not liking these black dudes? What are your reasons? Because they're too black? You know? Oh, I don't understand it. You don't like R-Truth's gimmick. R-Truth is over with crowds. He comes out, he gets the fucking crowd crunk. John Morrison can't, not that R-Truth can really talk on the microphone. He's not that great. But he knows how to get a crowd going. What does John Morrison do to get the crowd going? He does this in slow motion. And then, you know, and he's a pretty boy. So maybe that's what it is. And he comes out, he's got spectacular moves. And I'm not saying I don't like John Morrison. You know, he's awesome. I wish he'd get a fucking title shot. I wish he'd fucking get the fucking title. I love The Miz. He's my favorite wrestler. Chris Jericho's my favorite wrestler. You know what I'm saying? So it's not about that. You know what I'm saying? I love Alberto Del Rio. He's Mexican. I'm Puerto Rican. It doesn't matter. Talent speaks for itself. And I really wish you guys would fucking advocate and fucking picket sign more for, you know, not just white wrestlers. Seriously. You know, I wish black guys would fucking advocate and picket sign for more white wrestlers, you know, and then just get mad when a black wrestler gets the shaft. But I can understand that because black wrestlers keep getting the fucking shaft in the WWE fucking E. I mean, it seems like every fucking time a black guy gets the world title, the show has to end. Booker T, now Booker T's 5-time champion, but still, he didn't have the belt for a long time until the last episode of WCW, and Vince lets him go out as a champion. Ezekiel Jackson doesn't get any fucking title until the last episode of ECW, and then he becomes the champ. And then when he comes back on, there's no mention of ECW. There's no mention of him winning that fucking championship. Now he's in a group. A lot of things I could fucking say here, but my time is running out. And I'm going to make another video right after this, and I'm going to try not to mention this subject because I already mentioned it, and you already get the fucking gist of what I just said. So, until the next video, which is coming up right after this, peace.